voice of your new police state.
Welcome to the Charles Carroll Society. I am your host, the self-appointed bard of the American Readout. As civil authorities and lay faithful uncover the worldwide systematic abuse of men, teenage boys, and children in the Catholic Church, the Vatican, and Catholic dioceses worldwide by a network of diabolical and debased predatory homosexual clergy, people have asked me several times, what can we lay do about it? In a previous post, I have called for a homosexual broken glass night, a moment in the Catholic Church where we literally make sure that these predatory homosexuals are out of the Catholic Church. There must be a purging of this homosexual network, sometimes referred to as the Lavender Mafia. I, for one, understand the difference between homosexuality and pedophilia. One is being attracted to one's own sex. The other is being sexually attracted to children who have not gone through puberty. I will say debased organizations like the North American Man-Boy Love Association is disgusting in that it actually advocates in their campaign, Love is Love, for promoting the acceptance of actual pedophilia. Part of the difficulty in defining pedophilia stems from the fact that the word child can be used to describe a boy or girl who has not yet entered puberty, as well as a minor who has reached or passed puberty but has not yet reached the legal age of consent and is considered still a minor by the law. The Romans used to call this type of affliction of male homosexual men practice against adolescent boys the Greek vice. The term pederasty is defined as any sexual act between an adult male with a youth who has entered puberty but not yet reached maturity. Thus, there is a difference between homosexuality and pedophilia. Not every homosexual is a pedophile. Not every pedophile is a homosexual. However, the issue in the Catholic Church today is primarily homosexuality. This is clergy having sex with each other and other homosexual men, and pederasty, or priests having sex with primarily teenage post-puberty boys. The recent reports have shown that 80% of the abuse was between priests and teenage boys, with 20% of the abuse being between priests and pre-puberty children. I would therefore put forth there is a connection between homosexuality and pederasty. There's also widespread sexual exploitation, assault, abuse, rape by powerful homosexual clergy on younger men in the Catholic Church. I got the following from the blog AKA Catholic. For critics who are wont to dismiss any of the above observation as simple homophobic hyperbole, I offer the following statements made by prominent homosexual activists. According to David Thorstan, a former president of the New York's Gay Activist Alliance, and a founding member of the North American Man-Boy Love Association, NAMBLA, pederasty has been the most enduring and universal form of homosexuality in the recorded history of mankind. Man-boy love relationships are a happy feature of the rebellion of youth and its irrepressible search for self-discovery. Most of us, given the opportunity and the assurance of safety, would no doubt choose to share our sexuality with someone under the age of consent. That's his words, not mine. According to a guy named Ed Hermes, former owner of the Girianchi's Room in Philadelphia, one of the nation's oldest homosexual bookstores, pederasty is the foundation of all gay literature. He continued, if we pull all the books that had adult youth sexual themes, we wouldn't have many novels, memoirs, or biographies left, he told a reporter in 2001 in an interview for Boston Magazine. However, yet again, Now that we understand the problem, what can we do about the problem? Well, in the Novus Ordo Church, what we in the traditional church call the Novus Ordo Church, there are many people calling for the closing of their wallets to the bishop appeals. This does not mean we stop supporting our local good parishes led by good pastors. No, what this means is to refuse to give one more dollar to the bishop's campaign and appeals and all the mostly open border, abortion, birth control promoting organizations funded by the United States bishops. We do this until there is a night of the long knives for predatory homosexual priests and bishops who have been victimizing our youth. However, what can we still do about it? Those of us who are actually separate ourselves to some degree from the corruption of the primary Catholic diocese and attend Mass with a conservative traditional order, such as the Society of St. Pius X, the Society of St. Pius V, the Fraternity of St. Peter, the Christ the King, perhaps even the CMRI. Everybody has issues that they should be keeping their eye on. These organizations in total appear to have managed this homosexual predatory priest storm a lot better than what you could refer to as the mainline diocese worldwide. What I've done is I've downloaded the letter Church Militant wrote and encouraged people to send to their local bishops. I've then modified the letter to reflect the realities for traditional order for my sake, such as the Society of St. Pius X. The core point of this letter is to say that no man, or actual woman, or in this case man, with any degree of same-sex attraction should be ordained a priest. And if any have been ordained a priest, they must be expelled from the order. Previously, we didn't have such a hard line, but history has proven that these men are ticking time bombs. It's not guaranteed all of them will go off, but too many have. I also call for the order to create some sort of program so that adult clergy can report sins against chastity in a secure and private way without a fear from backlash. It's a great idea in the letter, and I believe that even traditional orders should implement some sort of program. Another thing my letter does, which the original Church Militant letter did not do, is I include lay people who work for, in their case, the diocese, in our case, the society. There are a number of adults that work in society schools and in the church and rectories and priories and in retreat houses. We ourselves have seen this situation of adults who are around the society have caused serious issues. Most recent, a guy named Kevin, who worked as a lay counselor at the church and the boys' camp in the area where I'm at, was accused of molesting at least 9 boys over a decade. Once again, he was not a priest. The issue is, though, for me, is that the society expelled this man from the seminary. They knew that he wasn't fit to be a priest, yet they allowed this lay man to volunteer with the parish around young boys. The previous pastor at the local church said in an interview in 2005, Kevin was removed from the seminary program and considered mentally unstable after he tried to circumcise himself. Thus, the question can be asked, why was this lay person allowed to volunteer with the church and on camps around children? My letter specifically asks the society to purge its ranks of homosexuals in the clergy and in lay people associated with the society. I encourage any of you who want to do something to take my letter template, modify it to your heart's desire, and send it to Father Wagner, the District Superior of the Society of St. Pius, United States of the American District. You can see the Superior of the Society worldwide, just so people understand how serious we lay people are on combating this corruption before it gets to become a serious problem. Even though we have a lot more faith in our Catholic traditional orders than in the mainline diocese, there's still an issue that we should be hyper aware of. The Jesuits used to be one of the most faithful groups of Catholics also, just like many of these traditional orders. They were the most ardent defenders of Catholic truth. And look at the savagery the great enemy has afflicted them with. They are now a fallen order. The traditional group should be on guard against homosexualities in the clergy, in lay positions, in offices, in schools, inquiries, and obviously in the clergy. We should root out any infraction, no matter how small, so we do not suffer at the hands of the debased and diabolical predatory homosexuals which infest the Vatican and Catholic dioceses worldwide. The enemy never sleeps, and neither shall we. Viva Cristo Rey, Viva Cristo Rey, Viva Cristo Rey y the Virgin Guadalupe.